guaranteed priority slots for CoS allocations. Even today we got two priority slots which we applied for. The first one came at 8:58 a.m. today. I'll put the screenshot now, as I always put evidence. Anyone wants to check if it's real, etc. Is the screenshot is now on the screen. 3rd of August, 8:58 a.m. And now the information sharing part. So the first thing I wanted to address was about something I spoke to a client today, and this is what is happening continuously on sponsor licenses. Whenever we apply, so these things I addressed in last week's videos also. I think when you apply for an in-year CoS allocation or an annual CoS allocation, it doesn't matter. Home Office is still requesting additional information. I also put the link of the additional information that I have discussed on the page. I've given a list of items that they usually ask for. All of those are always asked for. That is one side of it. Secondly, if you already have allocations which you've got in the annual cycle, so automatic allocations on the basis of your previous year's CUs. So yeah, some sponsors do get that. I know not everyone is getting that. Sponsors who have got that, if they try to assign those costs, I spoke to a client today, an employer, and several employers also over the last 2 months. I have been observing this, I have been noting this. I see a pattern, and then once I see that it is a regular pattern, only then I come and report, not on just one occasion. So this is a common occurrence that I am seeing on employers. If you already have the allocation, so today also I spoke and to the employer, they said they had two allocations. They assigned the costs, which is what usually employers do. They just go ahead, they assign it. However, Home Office stopped the processing of the health skilled worker application for 4 months. They did not decide. And after that, they sent information request to the employer. Not for those applications, but I think they went in. This is what I assume with what they asked. They did their research on their PAY reference number. They saw what is happening on the license. Are the salaries being paid? That is coming back to the previous videos maybe I may have made last month or so, where Home Office has been investigating all the salaries that the employees are paying or are not paying. Either they are less, more, etc., etc. And this is what Home Office is doing at the back end. They are randomly selecting employers, doing a run of the PAY reference number. They have the HMRC interface. They check that. If there are discrepancies, they send an information request. They allow sometime, I think 20 working days or so. And then once you send them the information, after that they revoke the license. This is a very, very common occurrence. Yeah, I'm not trying to threaten, but I've seen those refusals. Today also I spoke to the person, and exactly the same thing happened with this employer also. And in this case also, they put those skilled worker applications on hold, and then they asked for the information request. Now I will put the second priority slot. I will continue this discussion. Today we got the second priority slot for the CoS allocation at 9:22 a.m. 9:22, 3rd of August. I'll put the screenshot on the screen now. I'll continue with my discussion. So even if you have annual CoS allocations sitting inside, employees are always, they are very happy. They just go in and they just assign the CoS. But now Home Office has started checking this aspect as well. So no CoS is going unnoticed or unchecked by Home Office, looks like. So either if you don't have annual allocation, you apply for it, Home Office will send you the questionnaire to that remote audit. Secondly, if you don't have in-year CoS allocations, you apply that, Home Office will send similar questionnaire and do that remote audit. And if you have allocations sitting and you try to assign them, which you think is perfectly fine, we got it as an annual cycle every year, the license renews, and then automatically there is a license start date. On that date, the previous CoSs will be deleted and new ones will come in. If that is happening in your case, there are a very small number of employers, not everyone is getting, I've seen that. So if you get, in this case, they got two CoSs, when they assigned, those skilled worker applications were put on hold. Almost 4 months they were put on hold. I think that's the time when they were doing those investigations or generating data from Home Office, trying to analyze using AI. I think they are also using AI. I know there is not much information out, but there is something as they are checking all these things quite quickly nowadays. So they've done the research on the PAY, and then they asked, obviously they are not going to go and revoke the license. They will ask for clarification. So first they will ask for the bank statements, the payroll records, and then they will see that yes, that is the correct thing. What they saw on HMRC was correct. Obviously it will be correct, but they have to give the opportunity to the employer, and hence they give the opportunity, they check it, and after that they revoke it. So after that they usually don't give time. And we spoke, I think Yeah, 3-4 months back, yeah, sometime when there was a business sponsor license conference, we spoke to the Home Office seniors. I am a member of Immigration Lawyers Association, where we ask questions to Home Office, any issues they have, any issues we have, those discussions happen. So in that forum, the manager was asked, and they did say that yes, we are doing this, we are checking the HMRC record, we are sending the request. Once we get it, if we believe that there is a breach on the salary side, then we are revoking the license. In the past, olden days means I think 1 year back, I would say, or 1 or 2 years back, they would not revoke the license, they would suspend it, they would give some opportunity. But then now they straight away go and revoke it, and the only solution is going for a judicial review, which is a very expensive matter. Mostly if there are failings on reporting, etc., they usually, what I've seen from case laws also, they don't go in the employer's favor. So that is the JR situation. This is also one of the thing that is happening. I'll put the third screenshot which we got the approval on Thursday. I forgot to make a video, so usually I saw most of my approvals. So every day we are getting. Friday we didn't apply anything. Yeah, I was also out for some time. So it was on 30th of July, 8:22 a.m. I'll put the third screenshot over here and continue the discussion. I was talking about, even if you have CoS allocations, you assign them, there may be challenges, there may be concerns. So no CoS is going unnoticed. That's my summary. That's what I'm coming at. And this is something very, very important I wanted to address. And the licenses are revoked. Licenses are revoked because of a CoS failing. From the CoS, it only triggers. So the CoS may be perfectly fine. There is no problem with that. But that triggers a check. When they check and they find something they will find some right to work check issue. Once they start opening the books, yes, they will find something. Usually it starts, that's what I've seen, is if the salaries are not paid correctly as they have been confirmed on the courses. Also, one important thing I know, employers many times ask me during consultations, yeah, consultation links will be there if you want to discuss your matters, is if you are under the old rules, under the transitional provisions, you were under the old 25th percentile salaries. Now, because the salaries have increased, do I need to increase the salaries? No, that is not how the rules operate, just to clarify. Because many times employers are scared and they just increase the salary, and yeah, they don't want to do it also. So the rules say anytime you go for an application, at that point you need to extend it. For example, employee is on a 2-year, 3-year skilled worker visa, their visa is expiring now. So when they apply for the new application and the new CoS should have the new salary. And from the work start date of the new CoS, or whenever the approval comes, whichever is earlier, I think, from that point forward, the new salary should be paid. So for example, you may be sponsored when the salaries were 25,600. That was the 25th percentile. But now the 25th percentile is at 31,300. So you don't have to increase. Let's say I'm ignoring all other numbers. Let's say if those were the numbers, then you don't have to increase the salary just because the rules have changed. You have to give the new salary from the point of extension, from the new CoS onwards. Extension, and yeah, so that is the important point I wanted to address. 1, 2, 3. I've shown all the 3 CoSes. If you do require priority CoS allocations, request to be prioritized. So yeah, we don't give CoSes, we don't uh, uh, impact the decision making of the Home Office in any way, but this is a very big pain point that almost all employers have it. Almost 99% employers, they don't get the priority slot. Today also I spoke to some other people, some other employers. Yeah, they did tell me that yes, we tried, and we didn't get it. So weeks, months, etc. Hence we've developed this system, and we have been getting the slots on a daily basis, and it doesn't hurt to try it. It's a no win, no fee. You just fill up the form, which takes about 2 to 5 minutes. You just give your basic details: sponsor license number, name, date you made the request, whether in year or annual, very important, that part, or any other request rather, if you have added a level 1 user or anything else, change of address, change of company name, all other requests, all these requests, and there are some other types as well, which can be prioritized, which can be speeded up. The standard processing is 16 weeks to 18 weeks, around 3.5 months or so, 3.5 to 4 months. So once you make the request, it will be picked up after 3.5 months, and at that point Home Office will send the information request, and then you get the 10 working days, and then the things start. Rather, if you make the request now, or if you already made it, it has not been decided, it has not been picked up by Home Office, then you can apply for a priority slot and get them to pick it up within 5 working days to look at it. in the first instance and then ask for the information. So that can be done, and getting priority slots is very difficult. You can try it yourself if you want to, and that is the service that you are providing a year. Those are the slots that I showed, priority service slots that we get every day morning. So you just provide those details, we apply to home office and get the slot on your behalf. Usually we get it within 24 hours for 90% of the clients, maybe worst case scenario in about 72 hours for all of them, all the rest. So yes, if you want to give a try, I'll put the links in the description. Fill up the form. If you want consultations with me for anything, that link also will be there. And I will also put the information request. I know many people have asked me. There is a page on our website. I will put the link. You can go there, download it, and prepare it in advance also. It has all the information that usually home office asks. You will have almost 95% of the information that home office asks will be there. So that is something, yeah, those 3 links I will put. And yes, no win, no fee. You can try our priority slot request and take it from there. Thank you very much.